The branch that doesn't bear fruit, He takes away. Okay, here's the way I go about answering a question like that. It's a picture, a vine, a branch, a farmer, and you got to be so careful with pictures, all right? What aspects of an analogy or a comparison is meant to be taken precisely and what aspect isn't. And so I move out, stay in the same book, but I move out and say, okay, Jesus, the Jesus of the Gospel of John, you got anything else to say to me about perseverance, eternal security, sticking in? And you maybe know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to chapter 10 and read these verses. Verse 27, my sheep hear my voice. I know them. They follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never, never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all. No one is able to snatch them out of my Father's hand. I and the Father are one. Now, my conclusion from there and numerous other places, I'll just give you one other place. For me, the most important passage in the Bible, well, there are several. Romans 8th chapter, verse 30. Those whom He justified, He glorified. What does that mean? That means when I put my faith in Jesus Christ, I'm declared righteous. He says, everyone who's declared righteous will be glorified. Nobody drops out. He preserves me. And here's one more. 1 John 2:19, same author, different book. 1 John 2:19, they went out from us because they were not of us. Because if they had been of us, they would not have gone out. So when they went out, they showed that they weren't of us. Now, here's the hard part. You come back to chapter 15 and say, okay, those who don't bear fruit are cut off, and they were in the vine. Now, if in the vine means completely united to Jesus in terms of new birth, we got a contradiction. I don't think there are any contradictions in the Bible. Therefore, I'm going to say there is a kind of in Jesus that's not all the way in. I'll give you an example. I don't think I'm making this up. What about the parable of the four soils? One falls on the path, birds pluck it up. Next one falls on rocky soil, sun comes, it springs up with joy. Is it in? Oh. Sun comes out, burns it up, no fruit. Next one goes in the thorns, and there's brief flourishing, and the thorns choke it out. Only one soil is good, and it bears fruit. I think there are people, quote, in the vine that aren't wholly in the vine. They aren't born again in the vine. They aren't really drawing sap from the vine. They're like artificial. There's some of you in this room like that, probably. This room is like a corporate vine. You came here and you're in, and you're getting the message, and you're getting the influence, and it's not doing anything. It's not bearing any fruit. You're going to go out here just as unborn again as you came in? Maybe. So my answer, right or wrong, my answer is I believe that John teaches eternal security. I believe that John teaches the perseverance of the saints. I don't believe you can lose your salvation. The people in John 15, I think, who got broken off never were wholly, completely in. And you just have to be careful with pictures and parables and images in the New Testament.